You may be aware of the Tedburn Larder project. It's been active for over a year now, and it's the idea of a lovely lady called Karen, who's assisted by a team of helpers. I'd just like to tell you the story of where it comes from, what it is, and what it's for. So I remember chatting to Karen on the phone during the second lockdown with COVID last year, and Karen had felt moved to set up a food sharing initiative in the village. We'd all been exposed to difficulties in getting out to buy essentials during the past months, but Karen felt passionately about the difficulties that some people face day in, day out in affording these things. The need is often hidden in a village, I think. Even though many people know each other, or maybe because of that, it can be really difficult to ask for help from your friends and neighbours when you're struggling. We all want to be self-sufficient, I think, and to have the dignity that comes from being able to provide for yourself and your household. Some people in Tedburn won't qualify for food bank referral but still need help, and Karen was moved to provide that. So Karen had a plan to set up 1 or 2 locations where long life food and other essentials could be stored for free access by anyone who needs it. It will be funded by donations, and a team of volunteers assembled by Karen would support her in keeping it stocked and maintained. Karen knew the Methodist Church already offers free oven-ready frozen meals to people who need them, so she asked for the church to be involved. And with our central location in the village, we could offer a storage space for one of the 2 larder locations, and some of the larder volunteers are church members. So since it began, Karen and others have made connections with a couple of food waste reduction schemes as well, which have meant that often we also have a generous supply of fresh produce, so fruit and veg and bakery items, to offer in addition to long life essentials. This perishable food might have ended up in landfill if it wasn't for the larder team rescuing it because of the surplus that just gets inevitably generated by the large supermarkets. You might know that one of the larder locations is in the Methodist Church car park and the other one is in the old phone box by the post office. At the church, we're currently working on putting up a new, better storage unit for the larder so that everything stays dry and secure while still being easy and safe to access at any time. One of the things we really want to promote is that the fresh food, when it comes in, is for everyone. It's so important for us, for all of us, to care for our planet by not wasting the amazing resources we have around us, isn't it? So please come and rescue any fresh food you can when it arrives. You'll see updates on the Tedburn Community Hub on Facebook about that. And if you would have been buying something similar otherwise, you can of course pop a little donation towards the cost of running the larder when you collect, but that's not compulsory. Because the big message here is that primarily this service is free. It comes from a heart of wanting to share the generosity that many of us have received in the past. No questions asked. I can't speak for everyone involved in the project on this, but that the church in Tedburn has felt privileged to be invited to be involved because we believe we've been blessed in our own lives, not because of anything that we've ever done, but because we have a God who loves us and who cares for us. I know in my own life, I've been given so much help, and when I've needed it, and I feel the best way to say thank you is to pass this on as much as I can. I'm thinking myself of the times when our children were little and when we had new babies and people brought oven-ready meals for us to put in our freezer. I still remember how much I needed my community in times when I've been too tired or too stretched or unwell to manage everything on my own as I would have liked to. And I won't forget the sense of care that I received from people back then. And that's been a big part of growing my own faith. It's helped me to see that we're not alone in whatever we're going through. And there's an idea that when we're there for each other in these kind of practical ways, we're being like Jesus's hands and feet on the ground. And when I've witnessed the generosity of the people who founded and who run Tedburn Larder, that is what I see, and I love it.